got tools and demo are either in the form of a demo or a poster, and it's related to design processes and procedures because they need to design how that tool will be used. And they can explain the process and procedure of using it.
Right. Are you going to need process and procedures around creation of the website? That's just the medium that they're showing that they're
I'm wondering if we can have some form of extra kind of support for the website as a as a template of, this is this screen, they can almost make a storyboard if they want.
Right.
That could be an extra support there, but not what they're going to be addressed for.
Do you have a software in mind that the school has that they're going to use for this? So they just
There's not a school software. I was just thinking they'd probably use something like Weebly or Box or something like that they'd put it in.
And it's got all the hard stuff underneath it. They're just worried about the content there. So the website creation isn't really the skill we're looking at, more so
it's the content that they put on it.
Measurement too.
In the door.
Yeah.
How tool is used to support how the tool is used to support the design process and procedure for using the tool.
Cool.
So that will go here as well, because if they make a website to buy a tool, they need to be able to explain how it works and why you would want to buy it. And then we'll have an extra support down here that is storyboard.
For website pages. Cool. And then here, making connections and inferences, this would be potential uses of the tool.
Yeah. Uses of the tool.
Maybe
Or
even,
perhaps even how data that it collects could inform.
right, because think about sometimes how, a tool might be created for one reason and one purpose, and to collect data one way, but it may be used in other ways.
And I think if we keep doing it along that with the website as a tool or describing an example, both of these will
Pulling
just
from each of these, and it's going to support what's going on there.
right.
Which is the beauty of choosing the pieces on the rubric that all these three choices of products can
Right.
be tied to.
So our last was interpreting data info, which maybe would be really the second half.
Yeah,
So let's pull that down here.
as far as the kind of data it would collect and what it would be used for.
Right, so if we talk here about the data collect, uses of the tool, maybe situations in which you would want to use it,
Right?
because that could be the connections to real world application of your imaginary tool,
Mm-hmm.
or real life tool if you make it. Yeah.
So then the interpreting data for the website, I feel like that one, let's see. What does that say? Interpreting data. Other than just about interpreting sources.
Is there another data info sort of cog skill? I wonder only because the things that we've written so far, like how the data is collected, it can inform the process of designing something and explain how data is collected about the product and how it's used. Those seem like very similar questions. I would probably do similar here, but that cog skill is more about interpreting the data if you are given a set of information.
So would there be a way to
I
take
wonder
this
if there's-
example and use like sample data that would be collected by said tool and expect them to somehow interpret?
Okay,
that?
so maybe we expect that either if you're writing a paper or making a tool, if you're writing a paper outline, you go do some research about, your pencil, container,
Right.
and perhaps find some information about things that already exist. Find some data about them already.
Interpret some data, so maybe they go and collect, the different types, see what different types of pencil and cup holder kind of things there are, and then, which ones are most popular.
I think we want to do some more statistical analysis of the materials themselves. These are more about if we get a whole bunch of 2x4s, are they actually 2" by 4". Do we actually care?
So
A, no, because of shrinkage, but B, they won't be all the same size.
And this obviously, the materials are used to because it's really light. I would think, something very heavy.
So I wonder if the kids could find data about whatever products that they chose, saying, 5% of these get kicked back. They don't actually go out to stores because they don't meet the requirements. These are the requirements, and this is the statistics of that information.
We're going to be doing lunch soon. So.
Lunch in 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll be there.
Cool.
So here, for both options, either here they need to find out about that product.
Right.
Here, they need to do some analysis with their tool.
Right.
Picked one thing, measure it a whole bunch of times with their tool, and either give us a visualization, because they learned how to do that on the computer, or in some way interpret that information.
Right.
Cool. Either use tool or gather info online about product to analyze and interpret.
I feel like there's an element here that, especially with this whole, use of data. I mean, who does this already? Consumer Reports, right? Isn't there kind of a big connect to that service almost? I mean, yeah, it's a company, but aren't they also a service to the community to give neutral, unbiased information about products and let consumers make their own choice? So maybe
So those people who are looking at example products,
right.
if they could find a consumer report about their products, that would be good.
Oh, big time, yeah. I would give them everything they need. It'd be like a cheat sheet. Which obviously...
It would also analyze the data for them.
Right.
It would also do the interpretation.
Right, which, clearly there's some real world connection if we were able to come up with an entity that already exists that does all this already.
Right, but then can I grade them on their interpretation? If they go and they read a consumer report and be like, oh, this is what the consumer report said.
I think you would expect proper citation and proper interpretation of that information. So if they're using it, then you can use other people's information, you just gotta cite it properly.
Yeah.
So I think that's a skill too, that why recreate it if it's already out there if you know how to cite properly.
Deal. Okay, sounds like I have to go to lunch.
Yeah, and then you've got other work to do. Fun work then, right?
Yeah,
Cool.
I think so.
Awesome.
Thank you.